So today we're Tuesday and we are April the 18th, 2023. We're on Along Bay doing a short 24-hour cruise on, I believe it's called the Garden Bay. I see one across the street with the same name. I believe our has also the same name, Garden Bay. It's a similar sized boat than the one I'm just looking at right now across. We did arrive on the boat around 12:30, and after a presentation from Lam explaining us a few details and the lunch that started 1 o'clock, I was finally able to make it up here, skipping lunch, the dessert I should say, so I could start my recording. There have been probably already 200-300 islands that we have been passing by now, potentially, that I may have missed. Because we're passing by them as soon as we left basically the harbor. In any case, this is my recording here of first one of Along Bay. It's beautiful. According to our guide who was using the some of the international heritage resources, there are close to 2,000 islands on Along Bay, and most of them are all limestone, and obviously there's nobody that are living on any of those islands. There are the odds maybe birds and snakes and stuff like that that might be occupying some of the space on those islands, but those are limestone, and that's what they are, and they're apparently close to 2,000. In terms of the distance for Along Bay, apparently it's 1,500 square miles. I believe it's miles. I will stop recording for now. Along Bay, Vietnam, April 18, 2023, on a very overcast, cloudy day. Windy, so it's nice. There's a nice breeze. It's about 2:15 in the afternoon. We've been sitting for just over an hour now, actually probably an hour and a half. And the first hour was actually spent having lunch in the cabin. So it's my first real opportunity right now to be on the upper deck and enjoy the beautiful view of the Along Bay and its population of close to 2,000 limestone island on the superficie of about 1,500 square miles, or kilometers I should say, 1,500 kilometers approximately, and close to 2,000 island. They're all pretty much limestone. None of them are habited by any human beings. There might be the odd animals such as birds, maybe monkeys, snakes, but that's about it. So as we pass by and looking at some other small cruise boat, the capacity of our boat is actually only 24 passenger or tourist, plus the crew. There are actually 12 cabins on this boat, so it's a very small cruise boat. Otherwise it's fine for us. We're only here for basically 24 hours. We're going to be stopping at 3 o'clock, around 3 o'clock this afternoon, and take a smaller boat to do some kayaking nearby, and also going on the beach. That's happening around 3 o'clock until 5 o'clock. So we're going to be off the ship for a couple of hours. So this is my time right now before it gets dark to really maybe a bit of a souvenir and enjoying the view at the same time of Along Bay in Vietnam. It's one of the main reasons that I chose a trip to Vietnam was for this kind of view. When I think of Vietnam, Along Bay and those limestone islands, it's a major trademark for me. It's something that I associate Vietnam basically with what I'm looking at right now. There's more to Vietnam than this, but this is a heritage basically location internationally known, protected. As we're looking at the view, I'm being joined by a few other tourists right now. There we are. As I continue my recording of Along Bay in Vietnam. There's a very nice breeze. You can see it if you look at the plants there, how they're moving. So it's very nice. A cute little ship here passing by, a little boat here. Maybe a fishing boat of sort. Very cute. And this is about the same size of boat that we are on right now. I believe it's called the Garden Bay or something like that. And it's pretty similar to what we're looking at when I'm looking in that direction right now. Unfortunately, because it's so overcast and so on, it's not as enjoyable for the view, because really if the sun was peaking, I guess that would give us a much better appreciation of what we're looking at far away. Like as I'm looking at those islands over there, you can see they're covered in clouds and you know, obviously fog to some extent. So I have to focus more on the closest one than the farthest one. Alright, so we're still in, obviously, in Along Bay in Vietnam on this Tuesday, April 18, 2023. It's about 2:30 afternoon, obviously, and I'm taking my video of Along Bay. We have been basically moving on this small cruise boat for about an hour and a half now. We spent the first hour actually in the dining room, so I've been basically on the upper deck for about 15 minutes so far, enjoying the view and the breeze. As it's a bit windy, so it's perfect for us. We cannot complain, but it's excessively cloudy, very overcast, a bit foggy also, so I'm not focusing much on the island far away. There's too foggy, we don't see nothing. So actually some area we see nothing at all. So we have to focus just on the one that are in front of us, and that's all we can do. But there are about close to 2,000 those limestone island that we're on the Along Bay. Obviously we won't be covering them all because they're spread over close to 1,500 square kilometers, which could be a 4-day tour. In this case we're doing it in less than 24 hours with stopover here and there, so we're not covering any near the distance of the whole Along Bay. And actually less than 1 hour we're going to be stopping by for a couple of hours to do some kayaking and also go to a little beach area that's happening at 3 o'clock. So soon I will have to stop this recording to go change and get ready to get on the smaller boat that will bring us to our location. So I have to maximize the time I have now with my video, with my camera, as it will be dark almost by the time we get back at 5 o'clock. So it's the time to do it now.
Guys, I take a picture of both of you.
So just another video again in Along Bay on this Tuesday, April 18, 2023. And it's 2:30 in the afternoon. And we're passing by some of the limestone island. I'm not counting them, and in many cases we don't see them because it's so overcast, so foggy, that if you look in this area there are plenty of island. They're just not visible due to the fog, and they're very low clouds and so on and so on. So unfortunately there's no real sun. It is in the forecast according to our guide Lam. This weather has been there for about 10 days, so it's not just today, so it's not just the luck of the day. It is what it is. Mid-April is kind of a spring season, so there's a bit of a transition going on right now, but just not the lucky day necessarily to have a bit of a sun. So my focus has to be on the island that are at the closest point of ours, so they're very clear. Like those one right here. Still very nice. those at least they're nearby and they're clear enough to appreciate them. Like those one right here. It's a bit dark. As I said, there's no sun whatsoever. Yeah, there are boats. So I've been focusing there, yeah. I've been focusing on all the boats I've seen. Like they're all about the same size. Every boat, like this boat here, will carry 24 passengers. There are 12 cabins, 4 on the middle level, and the other 8 are on the lower level. Ours is room 102, which is the lower level. We're actually at the back of the ship, and so there we go. So we are here for about 24 hours with some stopovers along the way, but it's nice. It's a different experience. Along Bay being a World Heritage site, so with its close to 2,000 islands and 1,500 square kilometers in distance. So according to our guideline, if we want to cover the whole island, the Along Bay, we will have to take a 4-day tour to be able to basically have the full picture of Along Bay. But for us, it's a good snapshot as I focus here, looking all around me. And again, I don't focus so much in this area simply because the fog is tremendous, and it does tell us that there are islands there. We'll confirm that, but it's simply not visible to the naked eye, really. But there we go. It's very interesting to see this. Very enjoyable to just pass it. It's quiet. None of those islands, limestone island, are inhabited, so it's basically freestanding on its own. There might be some vegetation there. Maybe birds might be taking refuge there. Maybe snakes and stuff like that. Spiders, among other little animals. But that's about it. We don't expect to see much of anything else in terms of life. Even that, you will need to have a good binoculars to focus on a point on those islands from where we are. So we'll stop this recording for now until I maybe come across a new area. But it's a very good snapshot of what we can encounter on Along Bay, Vietnam. So today we're Wednesday, April 19, 2023. We're just about finishing our close to 24-hour stay on this boat that brought us to Along Bay. We were riding for approximately 5.5 hours, I assume, maybe 2.5 hours yesterday from about 12:30 or 12:15, let's say, to be generous, until 2:45. This morning from 6 to maybe 7 maximum, so it's like 2.5 hours. And then we have repeated since about 9 a.m. It's 10:35. So add that combined, we're in the process of arriving. As you can see here, this is our destination right there. So less than 5 hours total of sailing time. As we left around 12:15. We arrived at the destination at 2:45, and we did not move from there until 6 a.m. and by 7 we had already reached the destination for the little excursion, and then we start again past 9 o'clock, and as I say, it's currently 10:35. has been very overcast, cloudy the whole time. We were hoping to see a bit of a sun break. That didn't materialize, unfortunately. But it was still nice to be able to be on this small little cruise boat around the Along Bay area. As we're making our way back to shore and back on the bus to bring us back to Hanoi.